Hello everyone and welcome back to Europa Universalis 4 multiplayer stream. So we should have a good amount of our people we had last week show up again. Obviously we'll give them a little bit of time to join and then we will continue. So we're still operating under roughly the same rules as last week with no player war at least for another 10 years if not more. And we might have a couple more people. If it gets to be more than like 8 or 9 people, I'll start limiting it. But in the meantime, I'll let people join and I'll put on the player map mode so you can see what's going on. Well, it looks like we're going to at least have a half-decent multiplayer stream. We've got me, we've got the 2 other players that I believe are doing the best right now. We have our Castile player, and we have our Malaya player. So all we really need now is our France and Russia player, and we're going to be back to most of the major nations. I can't remember all the nations other people were playing, but those are the ones that seem to be in the best position right now. I believe Sweden got independent, so that'll be fun. So anyway, we'll give them another 5-6 minutes. People got to load in and pick countries. Obviously, people who were here last week get priority over people who are just coming, but if they don't show up, all things are up for grabs except for the Ottomans. I guess we'll start here in a minute or so if no one else is going to show up, and then we will continue. Yeah. But we don't have our France player, so I don't know where they are, but we'll see if they're going to show up. I don't think I can do anything to, protect them or anything. They're just not here, so we'll see how that goes. But a couple more minutes and then we'll start. Just give them a last couple minutes. I've got one other person who might come, so we'll see. Okay, I guess on that point, if people want to start readying up, we will get started. I think, let me just make sure I can turn this off afterwards. Nope, I can't, so he's got to stay as that. Okay. He's the only person we're going to know to do that. Yeah. We just need Sweden and Timurids to ready up, and we can start. Okay. Uh-oh. Well, I just accidentally caused somebody to glitch out, so he'll be back in a second. It was technically we could start without him, but then he'd have to just load in immediately. So we'll give him a minute or so to get back, I guess. So in the meantime, interesting things that happened last stream. The Timurids AI are on their way to form Delhi. Of course, now they'll have a human in charge, so they'll probably fail with horribly. We have a Malaya player. Obviously, we have Castile that got the Burgundian inheritance. We don't have a France player this time. We have an independent Sweden. We have a Muscovy doing pretty good. And we have no New World nations. Other than that is Malaya. So I guess we will start now. If other people show up, we'll consider letting them join. But otherwise, here we go. Hopefully everybody gets in this time. I forgot I can't click out at all. Okay. So we've got, what is this, 7 human players again? So that's not bad. We lost one, gained one. Oh yes, I was slowly dominating this area as the Mamluks. We got a couple minutes here so that the new Timurids player can take a look at things. Let's see what he's working with. He's at war with Multan and Jaunpur. He's got a half-decent amount of aggressive expansion. He's got some good land. It's mostly being slowly converted to Sunni. And he's got admin ideas, which for an AI is not a bad move. I'm surprised. Poor Hungary's kind of having some trouble here with Transylvanian separatists, which is funny. Hello, Rodrigo. How are you today? Well, let's see, what was I doing? Defensive and trade. Oh, weird builds. Oh. Ethiopia is getting killed down here. That's nice to see. I think I was trying to prepare for war with the Ottomans. Maybe. I can't remember. I'm sure I'll figure it out. I'm pretty sure we're going to see the Mughals this game, considering the Timurids. It'd be hard to fail to become the Mughals at this point. Oh yeah, I was converting all this Shia land, wasn't I? Oh, I just vassalized Oman, yeah. Okay. Slowly making sense to me again. I think I had a coalition almost against me. No? Oh. Okay. Well. Oh, we just lost somebody here. They just crashed. So, I guess we'll continue for the moment because they just crashed. And hopefully they will manage to rejoin. If they manage to rejoin, all's good. If not, who knows. Hopefully this is a stable game and doesn't keep crashing. Last week was really good, so hopefully that continues. Yeah, I was prepping for war with the Ottomans. That's what I was up to. Oh, the Ottomans. Always a problem, aren't they? Especially because we have limited... what is this called? Ledger information. I can't actually see how strong they are compared to me, which is a little bit concerning, actually. No, I'm gonna go broke. Great. Come on, game. There we go. Sometimes it's weird that the AI doesn't, not the AI, the game just doesn't recognize things. We are gonna do... we'll do the Syrians. Our ruler just died. 555, not bad. 555, but it's just gonna cause a lot of trouble. No. Not going to mass tax everybody in my land just to deal with the plague. How's that going to work out? Okay. Somehow I'm stable, despite a mothballed army and mothballed forts. What land can I give to us? That estate's got one. It's a territory. Great. Really? There's no other trade centers in this area? That seems weird. Just Baghdad of all places. Let's at least give that to the merchants. Despite being the Mamelukes, still not making lots of money. Oh well. It happens. Oh yeah, I forgot I allied Poland. That's awesome. That's why I was prepping for a war with the Ottomans, because I was going to be able to call in Poland. Okay, Timurid player's back, so we're going to pause so they can get back in. If they crash again, though, obviously we can't keep waiting. Hopefully this will work. Okay, they're in and they're ready, and we should be able to get back into it here in a moment. Although I don't know why I can't click start. That's weird. Ah, there we go. Hadn't registered their full arrival yet. Okay, we'll give them another couple seconds here to get reoriented and then start. Okay, I guess here we go. Hopefully their computer doesn't crash, their game doesn't crash again. If they have any trouble, obviously they could pause if they needed to, but for now we will continue. Oh my gosh, so many plagues going on in my lands. And I need tech, but I also needed money. Okay, quick recap because Average wanted to know what happened. I'm playing as the Mamluks. I'm doing very well. I've got that land. Malaya here was formed by Unipixel, or however you say it, Unpixel. Castile here exists. Has not gotten the Iberian Union yet, but is doing pretty well. France did well, but the human player isn't here. Sweden broke free, and Russia is kind of doing whatever Russia does. And we now have a Timurids player. That's about it. That's where things stand for the time being. And I am trying to plot the demise of the Ottomans given time. Wow. I always forget how big Castile is. Oh, we got insults flying. We've got somebody saying that Muscovite player has no idea what they're doing. I think they'd probably all do fine. It's hard to do really bad as Muscovite, to be honest. Quantity ideas on Muscovite. Ow, there's going to be a huge army running around Russia. There we go. The Ottomans are not going to like me at all because of what I just did, but couldn't do much else. The Ottomans are dumb enough to attack me. I should be able to win this war, but... Oh wow, I'm so far over my naval limit, it's ridiculous. Let's get rid of some of these ships I don't need. There we go. That might have been why I was losing money. Oh, yeah, I was losing 2 gold a month due to ships. That would be kind of interesting. I'd think playing virtual reality, a Borderlands shooter game, would be very disorienting. But with cel-shaded graphics, but maybe at some point. Hey, I get Center of Scholarly Learning. Awesome. Cheaper tech and missionary strength and all those good things. That's actually a really good one, isn't it? But if this guy lives long enough, I can get some really nice state bonuses out of him. Basra, that's what I need to upgrade this area. Because now I should be able to, at some point, core that land and make it into a up the center of trade. Well, someday they'll figure out how to make VR games that are not so disorienting. Give it time. Okay. I cannot do anything at the moment. Let's see how Kyle's doing up here. Against Multan. Oh yeah, he'll do fine. He's even got a vassal, which helps. Let's get... Oh, I still need more. Wow. Sometimes it's amazing how expensive some lands are. You wouldn't think this tiny province here that's a marsh would be at all good, but 11 development makes it expensive. Put the merchants in charge. Give me money. Money, I say. How is Bohemia doing? Bohemia hasn't done anything that I know of. They went religious ideas and offensive ideas, interestingly enough, and other than that, they're kind of just sitting there. Are they allied to? They're allied to France, Brunswick, and Salzburg, so at least they're not vulnerable to conquest. VR. Yeah, I still have yet to try a actual, you know, like professional VR system, but I haven't. It'd have to be like an exploration game or something, because otherwise I don't think I'd enjoy it that much. I wouldn't enjoy a shooting game. I'd dodge too much. You guys don't see me when I'm playing games like Borderlands and stuff, but sometimes I duck out of the way at bullets from the screen, let alone in virtual reality. More legalism. Boy, this guy just took the throne and all of a sudden I've got a lot of legalism. It's nice. Please live for a long time, buddy. Let's get that army maintenance back to full. And up my fort so I'm not vulnerable to invasion. If I were to attack the Ottomans, Poland is in debt. Is it just me, or does AI Poland never do very well in this game? I know Poland had a really rough history, historically, but boy, they seem to struggle in this game. Ooh. Not sure how to say your name, but Susa there. If I remember, I've had that error before. I think it has to do with your like your graphics processor. So you might want to try running updates on it. If that doesn't solve it, try uninstalling Crusader Kings, deleting the directory, and reinstalling it. That solves most trouble. Also, average, no worries about donating. Literally no one else donates. So that's alright that you can't. France is actually declaring war on somebody without a human player. Oh no. And I just got a cat. Hello, feline. Hopefully my cat is not going to start rubbing up against the mic like he did last time. And he is. Settle down, feline. Okay. Can I convert anything else that I need? Yes. Conquest of Jerusalem and everything really help with conversion strength, I find. One of our advisors died. That's not unusual. Austria is hiring armies from other people, interestingly, to fight. I assume that's France. Does that mean the AI France has recovered enough to invade the HRE, whereas the human player was having trouble? Yeah, that seems to be the case. Human player was having issues as France. AI France. It's now going to be a real threat. I want to annex Cyprus, if possible. Cyprus is one of the most useless vassals I've ever found in a game. Oman Dosir Hassa. Gotta annex lots of vassals here. Shia zealots, great. These people are always so fanatic. Fanatical? Yes. That's way down there. Okay. Start marching. Yeah, no one seems to think I'm worthy of monthly donations at average. I don't blame them. It's not like I'm a professional streamer or even a professional really Europa player. And nor do I do Fortnite, so hey. Oh, that hurts. My income is about to drop like a rock. Yeah. Actually not as bad as I thought it would be. I thought I would be totally broke. Seems I will still have money. Somehow. Okay, let's see. The Timurids won their war. They're that much closer to forming the Mughals. Well done there. Malaya apparently won another war. Progressing that direction. What's going on here? Uh-oh. Someone thinks they're dead. I hope they have no alliances or anything. Let's see, do they get a coalition going? No, they've expanded about as much as they can. Huh. Oof, that hurts. They have a 6k army versus 35,000k rebels. Depends which type of rebels they can recover. For Crusader King stuff, if you play as the Zoroastrians, you can do familial marriages. Ooh. Well, we may have a slight reduction of size of Malaya here. We'll see. At least they're going to get kicked out of Brunei. They could yield to the demands, which would save them lands, but we'll see. What in the world do I need next? This claims bordering subjects. Got not much else I can do. Come on, when can I annex you guys? Okay. Well, we may see the collapse. Oh, they've left. Well, that was sudden. Well, too bad. I guess they could rejoin as someone else. I don't think it was worth running away, though. All they would have lost was that one land if they had yielded to the Separatists, but... oh well. Okay. Well, that certainly frees up that area. We'll see if AI Malaya can do better than human player Malaya. I don't know. I assume he was probably using Mercs or something, but the issue is expanding fast is you can't stay stable, and he was expanding now so fast. Oh well. Hopefully he'll come back, or else Malaya will survive on its own, which I honestly think it'll do fine, so... I don't think it was worth leaving over, but we'll see. Reforming religions as pagans is fun. I'm really looking forward to CK3. I really am. The tree idea where you can give your character skills sounds a lot more exciting than the current game. Because my problem with the current game is I just get bogged down after a while, and I can't expand. I might have the strongest army, but I cannot for the life of me ever find claims or get claims, and even if I invite pretenders and stuff, still doesn't go well. That is a big war the Ottomans have just wandered themselves into. Can I take advantage of that? Ooh, yes. There is a war to invade the Ottomans here. This is it, boys and girls, if there's any of you. And I've got to try and beat the Ottomans. Delightful. I think I can probably win this. It's a pretty big war going on. Plus I have Poland. That is what the Ottomans are currently fighting, so we'll see. Yeah, well, even Pixel, you could have recovered. It's not like you were under attack by anyone serious. You'd have just had to accept a slight reduction in land and power for a while. Tunis is going to be a bit of an issue, but I suspect Fezzan can take care of them. My goal is just to overrun the Ottomans and pick up a little bit of land here. Get all my vassals pouring into this fight, hopefully. Ooh, trade or tech. I don't think I have... well, colonialism hasn't spawned yet, yeah. Yeah, I do have a switch. Don't play a ton of games on it. I got all the games I really want on it, like Breath of the Wild, Mario game. Had a lot of surprising fun with Mario Rabbids. That was an excitingly weird, good game. Not what you'd expect. Yeah, that's about it. Austria's in this war, yeah. I guess I just wait and try and siege down the Ottomans' lands. I'm hoping if I get enough ships here I can barrage this. Or actually I don't need to because I already have a breach apparently. I just gotta make sure I don't end up facing the Ottoman army head on, but it looks like they're struggling with Poland for the moment. I'll barrage that. The issue is if they get to Miltech 9 before this war is over, they're going to be a lot harder to kill. No, I've never had issues with my Switch Joy-Cons drifting at all. Never had that issue, thankfully. Be annoying. I either tend to play it a lot of docked. I went out and bought a controller, which helped a lot. Okay, I can't really it's so expensive to convert things right now. It's like 10 gold a month just to convert things. I definitely am going to need religious ideas at some point. I don't think, yeah, because tolerance isn't going to do me anything. Oh no, I do have Smash Bros. To be fair, I do have Smash Bros, but I haven't had any friends lately that have been available to play Smash Bros. So I've mainly been doing the weird campaign mode thing. I can't win that fight, but apparently I'm gonna have to. Great. Actually, pause for one moment, everyone. I am fighting the Ottomans, so I can pause. Is my argument here. Okay. I am probably going to lose that fight. Yeah. They've just got too many troops. Unless these guys showing up will turn the tide, but I don't think so. Again, it's the Ottomans, and they're too good. Oh, shoot. My army's suiciding. Oh, great. I hate how you can arrive 2 days late for a battle and just lose. That was a nasty defeat on my part. It's going to cost me 22,000 troops, but at least I got the war goal. Yeah, Pixel, that's a good idea. Yeah, you can come back if you want to. Other people could join too. It's not like we have too many players right now. Okay, so what happened was the army ditched Poland and instead came to fight me, and so Poland is now sieging their lands. Okay. Also, can we point out the fact that Genoa is actually winning a war against the Ottomans for the moment? Kind of impressive, actually. Okay. I need a military commander guy. No luck. No luck. Word of Light is hard. Let's just put it that way. Word of Light is rough. To be fair, I think I'm playing on hard mode because I've hit the point now that I have to play games on hard mode because it's too easy if I don't play hard mode. This is an obvious exception to the rule because it is Europa, and Europa is rough at any difficulty level except for easy to some degree. Surprised they didn't actually take my land there or retake their own land. Castile is attacking Morocco. Good idea. Okay. So we know I can almost win a war with the Ottomans. Oh yeah, I really like Super Smash games. The one thing I don't like is when you get people who their mentality is, I have to be the best at the game all the time, and so they train for hours to, you know, do short block combos, and then they use them on people who can't do it. I mean, I can see why, because, you know, tournament people do it, but it's not really fair to everyone else who's kind of a casual player of the game who just wants to have fun. But if I had to rank in terms of multiplayer games, I'd probably rank that above Mario Party because it's just more fun, in my opinion. I really do like it. I just haven't had a chance to play it a lot. Between Dark Souls, failing horribly at Word of Light is stressful. Oh, I don't know if you guys watched my Dark Souls series, but there were a couple bosses there I had to do off camera because it was just too frustrating. Just way too frustrating to do on camera. Ooh, reinforcement speed would be nice. No, I need the tech. Okay, I'm gonna have to move 2 armies in here just to be able to barrage it looks like. Yeah. Okay, well, the Ottomans are feeling the bite. Yeah, most games stop being fun when it becomes overly competitive. I mean, I'm not bad at the game. I can do stuff like, I can always do smash hits and stuff. Because I've played it. I've played it since the original Super Smash. So, I've played it quite a bit. I think I've got all of them over the years. Oh, was there one for the Wii U? If so, I missed that one, but I've got all the other ones. Okay, what are we looking at? Come on. If I can take this fort, I can overrun most of their land, so long as Poland doesn't ditch me. And they're not going to. Awesome. The Tunis... Actually, Tunis is completely out of this. Wow. I'm probably going to take some of this land for my march, actually, to be honest. Oh, we lost control of coffee. Looks like we're going to be depressed and unenergetic for a while. And I piece you out, Tunis. Yes, that's good enough for me. Of course, that spins the war score back towards the Ottoman side, but it gets all my marches and vassals free. Yeah, it's nice. I don't mind having one person whose skill level is better than the others on a game. It's when they start using it to just beat other people. And even winning isn't the problem. It's when they start, you know, bragging about it. It's like, yeah, I get it. You're a professional player on a game. Yay. We know you're going to win. It's an inevitability, but it still can be fun if you're not that way. How did my Riga game go? I actually, you know what? I think I lost that save when they updated to the Manchu update. I was doing really well though. I had all of the Baltic and I invaded Sweden to some degree. I had all of this. It was actually pretty easy as Riga. You pretty much just play tall for a long time, and then when the Teutonic Order collapses, you attack the Livonian Order. At that point, you should have allied them beforehand, and it wasn't that bad actually, to be honest. I was surprised how easy it really was. Okay. As long as Poland doesn't surrender, I think I can win this war. Already they're willing to give me land, so... Good. Yeah, Smurfs in League are kind of annoying. I technically have a Smurf account, but it was not that I was smurfing with it. It's that I wanted to create another account and build up from there and just play like ranked and stuff on it, rather than my other account, which I pretty much mostly play ARAM on that these days. ARAM or bots. Bots are more therapy these days than anything else. What's going on here? Wow, everybody's getting overly aggressive. Yeah, -2 rolls on mountains kill you. Everyone's getting super aggressive? I don't think I'm getting overly aggressive, to be honest. I'm just slowly dismantling the Ottomans, thanks to Poland's military supremacy. How many troops have been lost? Oh, I can't tell that? That's annoying. The trick really is, I found, is you gotta ally yourself to Poland. I allied myself to Livonian Order at the beginning, and then right before Poland attacked them, I peaced out with them. I think that's what I did. And beating Denmark, once you control the Livonian Order region, taking back like Estonia if that's been taken, I found that to be rather easy because the AI is really not good at naval landings still. Once you take over that area, you've got enough troops to hold. The other trick for Riga, I have to do a guide on Riga at some point. I got to get the achievement first. Is I pretty much left one diplomat permanently improving relations with Muscovy, so they never hated me. And then I pretty much left a diplomat permanently on Poland, Lithuania when they formed. Still not sure how I was going to breach Poland, Lithuania because they took the southern part of the Livonian Order, but I had to work something out. The key for most people is not to rush achievements. It's not worth rushing achievements. Who got colonialism? Portugal. Congratulations, Portugal. Also, apparently there's an Ottoman army in Arabia just losing men. I don't know, did they run off to fight a war out in Asia and then lose or something? I don't know. Poland is still committed to the war, so that's good. I think I did a Venice Guide average. Didn't I? I could have sworn I did a Venice Guide a while ago. The real trick is not to rush achievements. I mean, I guess a lot of people like rushing achievements. Like, there's a lot of people who do, like, speed runs to get achievements in this game and other games. This is not a game for rushing achievements unless you have to. Like, Big Blue Blob own 100 European provinces as France by 1500 or something. It's not worth rushing it. It really isn't. You can outplay the AI over the long term. You will develop your lands better as long as you have good alliances. You can just focus your idea groups better and you'll win that way. It's rather easy. What do I want from this? Ideally, I want to cut them in half, but that's not going to happen. I don't know what I want. I want land. I know that much. I need to break up the Ottomans a little bit. Huh. Okay, average. I could do a Venice Guide at some point. Yeah, they're not really that hard these days. Sortition is absolutely broken on them. Absolutely broken. It's hilarious. Poland is losing these fights now. Oh, actually, I think Poland might win that one. Oh. I can't make the crossing because I don't have enough naval ships, so I'm not going to even try. If I can get to 30 war score, I should be able to pick up a couple provinces. Again, trying to do this all before the Ottomans hit Miltech 9 is a bit tricky. Yeah, Henry the Navigator. If I am proud of one of my game guides, that is probably the one I'm the most proud of. It took me... Oh, I think I mentioned in the guide, it took me quite a while. It took me like 10 or 12 tries at least to get a working strategy, and then it took me even longer to actually get the achievement. Once I figured out that some of the like southern provinces count as an achievement, it was a lot easier. What else do I want? What's someone saying something? Yeah, that's no problem. I'm gonna peace out here in a moment. Once I figure out what I actually want. Ideally, I kind of want to do something like that. Cut off the Ottomans from the coast, but you know, I might go for a little while longer. What is Dead Cells like? Is that like a shooting game? Because I think I've seen it, but I haven't actually played it. It tells you what I know. Is it a shooting game? I don't even know what game it is. Yeah, Sirhind can get some pretty good generals there. Five, 5-5-5-2 general, yeah. It's not quite Skandenberg, I don't think, but it's pretty good. Come on, Poland. If you can stack wipe this Ottoman army. Still haven't hit Miltech 9. Oh, yay, they did. Well, not enough, though. Fine. Actually, I should check to see what I actually need out of this. I think it's subjugate that area. So 5 provinces from the Ottoman. Ugh. Really just those 5. The AI is not going to want to give me that land. Let's just make sure Poland isn't leaving. If Poland leaves, this becomes a lot harder. Poland is getting close. Not good. What's that? Oh, there's an Ottoman army in Arabia. I forgot all about that. So that's what they've been up to. Okay, I can check out Dead Cells at some point, average. Oh yeah, I forgot because of the forts. Zone of control forts across straits is a little bit strange to me, to be honest. Hey, congratulations, Muscovy. You're now a great power. Let's quick barrage our way through there. Oops, that's a problem. Caravan raids. Poland is still hanging in there. I'm hoping that this will give me enough war score to take 5 provinces. We'll see. Ottomans still have yet to hit Miltech 9. All the better for me. I'm going to really need a navy to breach the strait here. Sea of Marmara region. The Ottoman Navy. You know, I have to be impressed. The Ottoman Navy actually, like, the AI actually builds a navy as the Ottomans. It's impressive. 301 ducats. I will happily take that money. Gimme, gimme, gimme. I don't think I can do anything with trade while I'm at war, so we'll see. 35% chance of that falling. Let's see what else is going on. The Timurids are expanding again. Struggling a little bit, it looks like. Castile is beating up Morocco. France lost? Or at least was forced to annul treaties with people. Sweden isn't doing anything. Muscovy is not doing anything. Okay. Well, I might have to check out Dead Cells then, average. Type of game I like sometimes, fast pace. After all, I did just survive Dark Souls. At some point I'll have to do Dark Souls 2, but none of you guys really want to watch it, which is understandable. It's an entirely different game, but I'm sticking with my 1 series on, 1 series off, at least for the time being. Poland is about to, yep, peace out. And I'm going to peace out as well. So, quick pause. I do not have enough to do that. Okay. It's a little annoying. Well, I guess I'll take 4 provinces. Not great, but it does weaken the Ottomans, and that is the priority, right? When in doubt, weaken the Ottomans. Yeah, I don't know. Most games don't actually work. I got like 1 or 2 games on the PC that I'd love, absolutely love to do a series on, but it doesn't work. It's unbelievably frustrating having a game that just does not work for streaming. I cannot get my streaming devices to recognize the game. It can get the music, cannot get the game. It's so annoying. Really, really, really frustrating. March of the Timurids, yes, I know. Okay. There we go. Miltech 9. So at least I will not be hopelessly outmatched by the Ottomans, but they are going to literally have just lost a war and then invade somebody. Seriously, Ottomans? They're annoying. Let's just put it that way. The Ottomans are just annoying. They just have way too much manpower in these wars. Oh, I can no longer embargo the Timurids because they're not my rivals. Fair enough. Let's see. Can I embargo anyone else? Only Castile or France. Probably won't do that. Yeah, it does work on PC. The issue is like recording it with like OBS and other recording software. Sometimes they just don't recognize games. I've got a couple games that would be great for series, but they do not get recognized by the way by recording devices. It's strange. Anyway. Well, hopefully that starts the decline of the Ottomans in the long run. Ottomans obviously will win that war, and then I will have to invade them for this land. Can I threaten? You know what? I don't usually threaten war on people, but I'm wondering if I can. Yes. Threatening war is so much easier when you're a great nation than fighting wars for tiny provinces, I always find. No. Does limit my ability to expand in that area, but it also makes it that I don't have to fight 5 people. Tell you what, I'll look at it. If anyone gives me games to recommend to look at, I'll check them out. I have a specific band of games I like to play, and sometimes it's unusual. Some games I play because they're just really good. Other games I play because I like the genre. Guess what? All the human players are somehow at peace. That's unusual. Where is it? Victory cards. I still need to take some of the Al Jazeera region, and then it wants me to go after Timurid provinces. Interesting. Timurids have one on the same area. Steel one has one on Portugal. France has one on that area. Picardy. Muscovy. I have no idea where Muscovy has theirs on. Tambov. However you say it. I think that's where we are. By the way, let's see what happened to Malaya. Look, Malaya lost 3 provinces and is totally fine. Told you they'd do fine. Ooh, new tech, yes please. Let's get what little innovation we can before we die to having no colonialism. Actually, you know what? I could, and I probably should, develop this area to the institution. And now the Ottomans have hit a golden age. Lovely. Absolutely awful. I love how the Ottomans can lose a war, win a war, and then automatically then just hit a golden age. Ridiculous. To be fair, the Ottomans are always really good. Quantity, great. That means they have infinite manpower now. And we've now cored all that land. I will invite the reduced aggressive expansion. Actually, cheaper development cost wouldn't be bad in this case. I'm going to try and develop this to an institution. Oops. My cat just messed up my mic. Sorry everyone for that noise. He just disconnected one of my wires from it. Silly kitty. Oh well. At least he's not messing with the mic this time. The annexation takes forever. I think I can technically annex Oman, right? Yeah, I might do that. Fire subjects. Gonna kill my Diplo income for a while, but it'll remove them from the map. Alliance offer? Yeah, I can do that for now, but there's only so much I'm going to be able to do in a war. Well, we have hopefully a mighty alliance going on here. Persia and the Middle East. That's a strong alliance. Oh yeah, I was going to try and annex Cyprus, wasn't I? Can I do that? Not for a while, apparently. There we go. Oh, I've got to be a little bit careful. My voice is feeling a little bit shot, so forgive me if I don't talk too much for a little while. I already did a couple days worth of recording earlier, so a little tired of that. I should need to finish off defensive ideas before I focus Diplo ideas, I think. How are we going to divide the Middle East? Well, I think I've expanded pretty much as far as I want to. I think I might expand a little bit. I'll let him take at least that core. I was going to kind of do the mountains here, the Zagros mountain range on this side, but it's up to him. I pretty much expanded as far as I wanted to. I might pick up some of this land here over time, but he can have all the rest. I've got to focus on the Ottomans, and once I focus on the Ottomans, then I'll probably head south. I've gone as far west as I intend to. No. Barring another, obviously, war with Tunis. It's really up to him, though. I'm staying out of affairs. Oh, we have a return from Unpixel. They want to join back in. The question is, are they going to come back and try and play as the surviving Malaya, who seem to be doing pretty well, or not? We'll pause here for a minute until they get in. So if anyone has any questions about pretty much anything associated with the games and stuff, now would be the time to ask. Well, I have time to answer. Okay, in terms of the stream next weekend, I'd like to do it next weekend, but it will have to be, I won't really know till that day. We got a lot of stuff going on right now, and if I get around to doing it, I will get around to doing it. If not, it'll be the week after that, probably for sure. So give him a couple minutes to get situated there up in England, and then we will continue. Speaking of which, I need to keep investing in barracks because the Ottomans now have infinite manpower. Because that's totally fair. Speaking of which, I'm also going to build a lot more cannon. Beat them that way. We are ranked. I'm actually ranked first militarily here. Second admin, third diplo. Interesting. The new DLC average? You mean for your Pixel game, not Europa? Because that DLC's been out for a while. I think we should just continue here. I don't think England's in any trouble, so we will start. If they desperately need to pause, they'll pause. So. Really just want to get this military defensive ideas done. Oh, trained steering. Armed Neutrality Act. That'll be interesting to use. Ah, dead cells. We'll have fun, Average. Thanks for showing up to the stream. Cat, stop messing around with the mic. There's issues of recording with a cat around. I found that's not a bad strategy, Average. Play on one, watch on the other. I tend to do it when I'm playing really slow games. Stellaris springs to mind lately. How slow that is. But it varies based off the game. I don't have a lot of streamers I watch. I watch mostly YouTubers, so I can kind of go at my own pace, I guess, at that point. Ugh, the slow annexation of all this land. Come on. Speaking of which, I gotta invest again, don't I? Long way to go. Really need the more... So many points. Even though I've got a 555 ruler, I'm still hurting from monarch points. Really frustrating. At least we're making money now, finally. Only took us winning a war against one of the stronger nations in the game to pull off, but hey. That's how it goes. Ah, also, we now have cultural interactions. Awesome. We will take the ducats. There we go. And we will recruit from Syrian lands for pretty much free. Isn't it lovely? Speaking of which, I should upgrade a center of trade. Alexandria, I think. Level 2. Currently I have 52% of the trade in that node. 54. 13 gold for trade. Not bad for early game. Not bad at all. I should build those cannon I was going to build. let's see, yes, and then 2, and then 2. Okay. I'm not going to use this cultural interaction here, at least till I have to. Probably not till I upgrade this province again. Might as well get it even below 40 to upgrade Egypt. 30, 39 will be good. Amazing how expensive this province is to convert. Absolutely amazing. Well, you know, I really should be saving military points to finish this off. I don't know why I was spending them. It was a bit stupid, wasn't it? How are other people doing? England is at war with Scotland. That makes sense. There's no way an England player is going to sit back and do nothing for ages. Speaking of which, the question is, are they going Protestant or are they going to go Anglican? I think they went Protestant so far, so that will be an interesting decision, because Anglicanism is pretty good, but Protestantism is better for wars. Austria's keeping the HRE steady for the moment. Doesn't look like they're going to pass any reforms, though. Ooh, I can get monarch points. Minister. Let's see, there we go. Get even more Diplo points. Oops, well. Helps if I don't accidentally offend one of my estates, doesn't it? Nah, they'll recover fast enough. Splendor ability is totally useless at this point, but every little bit helps. I love how this is own 5. Feudal society have at least 5 different vassals when it's so hard to maintain 5 vassals. 4 vassals I could see, but 5 is a bit much. Well, regardless, that is one of my vassals. Annexed. Working on Oman, obviously. I don't think I can threaten these guys for war, not for a couple of years. I'm not going to be done doing that for a decade or so, so. Time to get Diplo points, I guess. Oh, I need a rival. I'm going to rival... For now, I think I will rival France, because there's no human player on France. How did I get so many? Oh, I guess I got. Oh, I got a free admiral for taking over that country. It's a little frustrating. Speaking of which, I suspect, yep, massively over ship limit again. At least I have a use for trade ships. There we go. Let's see, what has Sweden been teching into? Offensive and economic. Interesting. And let's see, what has Muscovy been doing? Muscovy has gone quantity and admin. No religious, interesting choice. France, defensive exploration. Castile has gone exploration and expansion. And apparently beat up Morocco. Well done. Morocco's not always the easiest country to fight. Played properly, Morocco just will not die. It's amazing. You can just totally stop a Castile player's Morocco. Really easy too if you do it right. I really need to get this Diplo tech, don't I? Great. Let's focus Diplo power for the time being then. Hopefully I'll actually get some of these ideas done now. Truce with the Ottomans will wear out in 4 years. No leader. Okay. Feeling a little bit better about this positioning now. Second in the world in military. I suppose that's fine. Okay, I'm gonna actually spend... Yeah, I think I'll spend my military points because I don't think I'm gonna get this done. August. May. Oh, actually I will. I will get that done in time. Cool. Should just manage to pull off getting Tech 9 and everything before the costs become too large. For the next war versus the Ottomans, we already have all these lovely claims on them. Sweden is attacking Denmark. Probably a smart move now that they've taken over Norway. Pomerania and the Pope. Interesting. Not big threats to Sweden, that's for sure. No Muscovy, but that makes... Oh, there's Muscovy. Right on schedule. Come on, get me this tech already. Boy, helps if I hadn't offended these guys, huh? Okay. It's good. Tech is done. We are just solidly sitting over at 70 power projection, which is nice. Oh, actually, I'm first rank Greek power. Nice. The Ming 50% penalty, yeah. That'll do it. Gotta keep all this army drilling going on. I'm gonna definitely need army professionalism in the next war versus the Ottomans. It's going to be very painful. How developed, how rich is Oman? Oman is not very wealthy. It just takes forever to annex them. 264. Why is it so high? How much development do they have total? They shouldn't have that much. 41 developments? I guess it makes sense. Seems rather high to me, but... Next year I can start threatening for more land again. Aren't I lovely? Just walk up and say, give me your land or I'll attack you. To be fair, I tend to play that way when I play as the Ottomans in this game. Start threatening for lands. Okay, let's get another center of trade upgraded, I think. There we go. Slowly cut off the supply of money to Europe, though. Uh-oh, what's going on with England? England should be fine. They're not getting involved in these other wars. Okay. Oh, France has just attacked England. Oh boy. Should have just sold Calais. You shouldn't bother to fight this battle. To be fair though, it's AI France, so they're going to attack anyway. Honestly, England can win this so long as Castile doesn't per se join or anything. Actually, France has no allies. England will be fine. They might lose Calais, but that's it. They just got to make sure the French never cross the channel. They can do that, they'll be fine. I think Unpixel will do fine. Shouldn't be that hard, to be honest. Oh, I have so much land I could make in the States. Let's get the institution. Yeah. Oh, 38. Still got a long way to go. Also, for those of you who are curious, let's go see what Malaya is up to. Malaya has expanded, has wiped out one of the enemies near them, has allied somebody, these guys, and has got a vassal of Majapat. Well, so much for them not doing very well. They seem to be prospering. Just goes to show, giving up on nations, a lot of time you can in fact recover. Most people give up too quickly in Europa. I mean, there are exceptions. There can be some really nasty exceptions, like they want your whole country. But rebels, yeah, you can always outmaneuver rebels, unless you're a single province country. The wealth slowly growing. The fact that these guys control it is a bit of a pain, though. Got a while to get the next institution for sure. Oh well. We're doing fine on that front. The issue is really going to be the next Ottoman War to some degree. So close to being able to annex Cyprus. Can hardly wait. It's free land, but boy, it's annoying to have to deal with. Because these guys yielded to my protest, they don't want to give up me any more land. Aren't they nice? When can I fight the war with these guys? 2 years. I probably shouldn't fight a war in Arabia until I've subdued my enemies to the north. Oh, I'm gonna have some rebel problems over here. Once these guys take over this province, they're gonna invade my lands. We can't have that now, can we? Law and order must survive. I have to say though, I am so unused to playing on speed 3. It is weird playing this game so slow. Sweden is definitely going to win this war. Well done, Sweden. Obviously, Muscovy is in fact helping them, which makes it go a lot easier. England didn't take land from Scotland? Question mark? I guess. Oh no, they did. They vassalized them. Smart move. Smart move. Okay, I was wondering what happened there. Vassalizing Scotland, probably a good move. Keeping them loyal is going to be a challenge. Unpixel saying he did all the work down there in Malaya. What the AI did was just annexing their current ones. Fair enough. They're trying to attack Kutai. So far they're winning, so I may have to deal with a powerful Malaya at some point. Timurids are, it looks to be prepping for a new war. Gotta get that Mughals eventually. Let's see. How am I doing tech-wise? Oh, I'm fine. I got years before I'm in trouble. Years, I tell ya. And I got about 400 power to go before I get colonialism. Smart move over here for those of you not paying attention that much. Kyle over here just devved his way to the Renaissance, even though I could have technically sold him the Renaissance. I'll offer it to them, but up to them. Would have gotten him the institution a little bit faster. There we go. That is the nice thing about having a alliance with people is you start getting institutions from them. But still, not a bad move developing land out there in the drylands of Afghanistan here. The Timurids, for being as large as they are, don't really have any great devved provinces in this region. They've got a couple. But the rest, it's all pretty bad. Well, I'm up to 61% of all trade going through Egypt is mine. I don't think me actually controlling any of this trade is affecting any human players whatsoever, because none of them get this trade. That's always nice. At least I'm not hurting anybody. Got a little bit more there. Still annexing away. Oh, I can do Cyprus now. Get over here, Cyprus. You are going to disappear from the map as fast as I can get you gone. Be a while. Even with a Diplo advisor, we're still suffering from being over diplomatic relation slots. But on the plus side, Poland. And so long as I'm allied with Poland, Poland should stay intact, which is good on that front. Gotta keep Eastern Europe from falling to those aggressive Swedes and Muscovites. To be fair, Muscovites should just be going south anyway, so. The Mushasha up here are struggling a little bit with rebels, I've noticed. Just a little bit. Okay, technically the Ottomans and I could go to war again. I'm not careful, so. Probably time to stop drilling right on the Ottoman border. Yeah, let's retreat behind my forts, everyone. Be intelligent about that and not get my army stack wiped day one of a war. Always helps. And let's get an institution spreading. I think we can get there. Nope, we're going to be a little bit shy. So I need 106, and I'll get that probably military first. Ottomans still in that huge war. I suppose technically I could attack them soon. Holland, Poland. I don't think the Timurids are ready for a war. Could ask, but I think they're still having enough trouble subduing their region. Plus they're technologically... No, they're actually doing fine tech-wise. Interesting. It's a lot of monarch point wasted though, that's for sure. Okay, I'm going to attack the Ottomans again. While I can get Poland involved. Second Ottoman Mamluk War. I think I can win this. Yeah, all they have is cavalry combat ability growth, but they're going to have infinite manpower. Going to be annoying. Okay. Forts are the priorities. Hopefully Poland's expanding to Hungary quite a bit. I'm hoping Poland can keep the Ottomans distracted. At least for a while, you know. We'll probably win if the war goes on long enough. I just got to get that far into the war. With defensive ideas, it's going to make it really hard for the AI to invade me. Okay. Still can't fight the Ottoman Navy at sea, which is a problem. At least I don't think I can. Poland have any good ideas? They went offensive. Okay. They've hit their beginning of their power spike. Their infantry is a lot better than one would expect. I'm gonna go for that next. Hopefully we don't get swarmed by a death stack of Ottoman troops. As always, ticking war score is lovely. When you can get it. I think the Ottomans left that war. Yep. The Ottomans no longer are at war with Venice and everybody. That could be a problem. Okay, that's a weird alliance. Ferrara and Tunis are allies. It makes sense if you got no one else to ally to, but it's still a strange combo. Actually, you know what I could do? I could probably barrage, but should I? I need the. I'll get the institution first, and then we'll work on it. We now have colonialism spreading through our capital, which is good. How much of that land was that? 5% of my land. Okay, one province. It's a pretty nice province. Merchants are not competing well, I think. Honestly, I don't know where the Mamluk Ottoman army is. I think for the moment they're after Poland, but... yeah, they're after Poland. Oh yeah, I forgot they're in a stupid golden age. I'm an idiot. Why'd I start a war with a golden age civ? Oh well. Ah, well. Poland won, so I guess it's not too dumb of a decision. Poland's got a 6 commander? Wow. Poland is going to be really hard to stop for the AIs this war. I'd like that, Commander. 6 shock, 3 fire. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's how you fight the Ottomans. You kind of just dart around their map doing damage. That's my strat here. That and hopefully avoid their level 3 general with the death stack. Because that's not terrifying to see. I thought Poland had a great general. To be fair, 6 fire is really good. Plus I struck while they were at the end of another war, so they do have exhaustion on them. They're not actually going for me. That's good. Once I take this fort, these forts, everything will open up a lot more. Just need a general in charge of an army, preferably. Okay, got that province down. Come on. Give me a general. Give me a good general, preferably. He'll do. Not particularly good, but not particularly bad either. I need to pick some fights here before the Ottomans do too much damage to my territorial gains. And of course I have to keep an eye that they don't go straight for my army there. Oh, I may not win. Actually, I'm going to win that fight, but I won't win anything more unless I'm careful. There we go. Better general, or better military advisor. They've retreated. Looks like they don't think they can beat me in a head-on fight, which is always good news. Don't need that army. I'll make that a state though. Not worth making a state, is it? Poland is definitely capable of fighting Crimea. I'll give them that. Or the Crimea, technically. There we go. Ankara just fell. Good. Whoops. Everybody in, everybody in, everybody in. They've decided to attack. Okay. There we go. We won that fight. Good. I've been very disappointed if I lost the fight here. We have now entered the Age of Reformation, and I apparently don't have control of a card yet. Okay. Poland's doing pretty well up here. Timurids are lagging a bit. They caught up yet? Yes. Get back to slightly faster speed, hopefully. Another thing I need to start doing is building some manufactories, because I have a lot of good trade goods. 22% war score. Okay, we want this. So I need at least 35 war score to get all the land I need. I think that's it all, yeah. I get 35, I get permanent claims on most of the rest of the Ottoman land, so no use trying to take it before I get claims, really. Hey, there goes Poland. Well done, Poland. Reaching that fort up north. And threatening their capital. Perfect. Wow. Stack wiping the Ottoman armies. Wow. Go Poland. What is it going to take to get these guys out of the war? Clearly more than I'm willing to commit, that's for sure. Everyone's avoiding a death stack of separatists. Yeah. Separatists are annoying. If you can not fight separatists, you're better off usually. They're just a pain. Yeah, I'll take that. And I'll also get free admin policies. Make my priest guys a little bit happier with me. It's always a good move. Nope, don't want to do that. My subjects happy with me, obviously. It's always a struggle. I'm not worried about the Ottomans retaking this land. They're suffering attrition. They're getting weaker. I'm going for forts. We'll point out the fact that the Byzantines have a separatist army here in Edirne. It'd be pretty awesome if we saw a resurrected Byzantine Empire. That would be cool. Let's get some increased trade goods going. Oh yeah, Beach, dude, I'll definitely get this at some point. There's just no point in me taking this land till I get free claims on it all. It'd just be a waste of time and energy. It'll save me monarch points if I don't go for it that fast. And considering I'm the only human player currently at war, got time. The Castilian player really should be culturally converting the lowlands unless they intend to lose them to the Dutch, because if you culturally convert them, you don't have the revolts. It's just expensive. Speaking of which, does anyone have colonial nations? We have no colonial nations so far that I can see. Oh, nope, we do. Portugal has the Caribbean. Go Portugal. I'm definitely going to delay the end of this war long enough that the Byzantines might have a chance here, because who can resist the lure of having the Byzantines come back? Let the Byzantine Empire rise from the ashes like a phoenix. Plus, we're also taking Constantinople, which is good war score. The Crimea, though, is still in this to win it. Wow. Impressive. Still in it to win it. We could take all that land. Can I take anything else? A little bit. Not really worried about a coalition here, to be honest. Any AI who wants to fight me in a coalition right now is somewhat welcome to try. Oh, well, I guess so. There's no real point to go for that node because we can't steer trade from it. No rush, I should say. There we go. Need to pause, obviously, because this is a major defeat for the Ottomans. Really like that province. Let's see, what would they... Oh, they only want to give me that little land. No way. We want as much land as we can carry. There we go. That's a nice sight. Slow erosion of the Ottoman Empire in Anatolia. So to get that, get some morale of armies, which is kind of nice, but we also get claims everywhere. Not a lot of development, to be honest, though. It's kind of disappointing. We now have claims on all of that. Guess we don't technically get claims on the rest of the Ottoman lands, so I'll have to fabricate some, but... Oh well. Oh, they're not permanent claims? That sucks. Ah, darn. Helps if I realize they're not permanent claims before I end the wars. Overextended am I? 52. I suppose I gotta attack. Making the AI cheat stronger with each update, I swear. The AI doesn't really cheat too terribly. The only way it cheats is forts. And a couple other things, but forts are the big one. Superior troops composition and leader, and you barely won the battle. You gotta check terrain, you also gotta check like troop percentages. It all varies. Oh yeah, I'm definitely do that. Why is two people playing as Castile? Because Joe Cubas is intending to play as Castilian Mexico whenever Castilian Mexico emerges. In the meantime, I have no idea what they're doing. I assume there's been some bickering over what's going on, but you never know. Oh, I can also take this land. Gotta pick up as much of this as I can before this war ends. Or rather, the 3 cores end. Reclaims. There we go. Words, they do matter at some point. Apparently I also need 1,300 gold here to get the institution. Good thing I'm selling the institution to the Timurids for 5 gold a month. That's funding quite a bit of my empire building at this point. There we go. I'm ranked 2nd, 5th, and 1st. I'm going to go out on a limb and say either Malaya or England is ranked 1st in Diplotech, because that's almost always the case. Okay. Oh, everybody's at war with everybody else, aren't they? Once I get some of this discipline, it'll be much easier for me to fight the Ottomans, that's for sure. Just gotta get there. I'll remember that average if I play it. I'll never use a shield. Kind of like using a shield in Dark Souls. You don't really need it that much, except for archers. Anyway, I'm happy I got to that war without losing tons of troops. The Ottomans kinda didn't do well that war. Poland is an absolutely monstrous ally if they're strong. Not that I'm giving them any land from these wars, but still helping. And of course, even though the Ottomans just lost a war, they are invading Hungary. Doesn't make any sense to my mind, but whatever. That's how the AI plays. Let's start another war here. Might as well try and use this morale and claims to the full extent while I can. Can I, by any chance, change my scholars? Yes. That might be slightly smarter that I don't get too many outraged countries against me. To be fair, I'm killing all the outraged countries. Okay, that is peace deal offered by those guys. That's not good enough. I want it all. Give me all your land. Oh, can I not get it all? Oh, it's more than 100 Warskar. Oh, bother. These guys are Republic? Wow. Just pointing this out, there's actually a Muslim Republic that I didn't cause for once. At least I don't think I caused it. I might have. I did invade the region. There's not a lot of Muslim republics in this game, so it's unusual. Nope. Full annexation, how bad is it? A small amount of people hate me. It's not going to be enough. Obviously, the Ottomans will now be joining every single coalition against me for the rest of the game. Okay. And we'll just take this too, and that's where I will stop for the time being. I'm going to have a lot of conversion and stability issues for some time. On the plus side, I'm now a lot larger than I was, almost 1,000 development. Do you have any allies? You do. You're not worth fighting. Are you? You are. Die. Looking around at tiny little nation. Are you worth fighting? No. Well, actually, you have no allies. Die. Picking these guys off is only going to offend more people. I'm aware of that, but it does prevent them from joining a coalition, which is honestly a big focus at this point. Omani separatists. Great. Of course, I forgot that Oman is an entirely different religion. So it's gonna hate me forever. I should probably be converting that area. Yeah. Or at least all the Shia land I've picked up recently. Oh well. I should be good so long as I play somewhat safe for a while. Don't let the Ottomans declare war on me. Isn't it lovely, the giant Mamluk? Only need a couple more provinces and I could form Arabia. Which, obviously, when I get the chance to do, I will do, because it gives us autonomy, prestige, and some more claims. Plus, I get to keep the Mamluk reform if I do. And the Mamluk reform is one of my favorite reforms in the entire game, so. Yeah. The fact that the Timurids is a human player is making this a lot easier. If the Timurids was an AI, I would not have done that. The Ottomans, yeah, are just gonna hate me for the rest of the game. There's nothing I can do about that, and I don't want to invade anyone else, so for now, the era of Mamlukian conquest has come to a pause. until I can get rid of stupid Cyprus again. Cyprus, it's not the most annoying country in this game to try and wipe out, but they're certainly up there. Because they're inevitably protected by the Mamelukes. Or, if not, they're also an island that has a fort in it, which is a pain. Lots of annoyances to them. The QQ has a couple more than 3. I think they got like 5 up there, but they're dying to Artabal. To be fair, these guys who historically formed Persia are not doing bad this game. Interesting to see them slowly rise. No, I have not taken admin idea yet. I have not taken admin ideas yet. Most of my expansion now, pretty much all of this and this and some of this was all done peacefully. I just annexed vassals. The only people I really attacked was the QQ. Pretty much the QQ and the Ottomans. So I haven't wasted tons of admin points by attacking people. I've been pretty careful about that. That's going to be my next idea group is admin, probably. Yeah, whenever I get that. And considering this will probably be the last time anybody lets me play Mamelukes in a multiplayer game, just watching this occur, I have a feeling people are going to want me to ban myself from playing the Mamelukes in the future, because this is a bit much. It's only 1516, by the way, and I'm already up to almost 1,000 development. So, not really what you want to see, a very high developed power of a Mamelukes. Because unlike the Ottomans, you have a much easier time controlling this area. Really wish I had this guy as like a level 1 advisor. Be really nice to quick convert this whole area. Oh well, it's working away. We're saving money for the institution. I think I'm good. It's not as bad as if I was given the Ottomans or the Timurids or France. Or honestly the Oirate or Russia, but it's right up there. Really, the only nations I'm not that good at are probably Castile, England, and the Baltics. Just for multiplayer games. I could have done this down here with one of these guys too, so. Always the challenge. Find a nation I can't just dominate half the world with. No, we'll take the legitimacy penalty, because even with the legitimacy loss, the Mamelukes tend to be really stable. There we go. That wipes out the last of the Ayyubids, Saladin's descendants. Leave. Yes. And I do not need this fort here, so I'm going to get rid of it. I really don't need that one there either, but it connects to that, so. Ooh, cultural interaction. Slaves, thank you. Manpower, take that. Point cost, though. I need more cash. Yeah, if only England, France is one or the other. If you're France, you invade England. If you're England, you union France, and it's a bit ridiculous. To be fair, the land I've taken from the Ottomans does not make up for the sheer amount of land they've stolen in Europe. They're still growing. They were 660 when I attacked them, and they're larger now. Because that's not annoying in the slightest. Although, Even though they've taken land, it's going to be a lot more autonomous than the land they owned previously. Suppose it's fine. There we go. Let's clean up some of this Shia on my lands. Getting a little low on the religious unity front, I was. That should pick up these provinces. And then we got to go after the Abadi at some point. Yeah, but really giving me any country and letting me alone in a corner of the world for ages is asking for problems. Well, some of these countries like France and Castile would be a hard fight. I could probably still beat them. At some point I'll have to get rid of these guys because they're messing up the nice clean Arabia look. I love how the Timurids have a single march down here. That is literally one of the most useless marches in the game. If the Timurid player was smart, you'd get rid of the Yas. Don't make him a march, make him a vassal, annex them, or let them go, because they are not worth it. Speaking of which, what is this province down here? Kharkov. Huh. Kharkovian traditions. I have not seen them. Just tells you how many little countries are tucked away in this game that you never see. Like these guys. I've never seen them either. There's another one up here I was surprised to see even existed. Which was it? This one? Aretina. Never seen them. I'll brace that cost. Well, I've converted a lot of countries to lands. Beautiful, beautiful London 46 development versus Cairo 43. Oh well, I could ruin the London's day and develop it even higher, but yeah, I don't really care that much. You can have a high development London. It ain't worth it. It's not just Cairo. If you combine Cairo and the province to the north of it, that's 70 some odd development, so I'm not gonna waste 100 monarch points though developing it anymore. If I get events to develop it, all the better. If I don't, who cares? Let's just do those. Yeah, annexing is stopped just because of how much these how bad my Diplo reputation is. It'll recover. It's actually going a little bit. It's very slow. Yeah, I'm gonna go for Ethiopia. Probably once I have subdued enough of the Ottomans, I feel safe. And if I want to expand into Asia, Vijayanagar is obviously an easy target. And also this nice little country down here called Malaya, who seems to be struggling a slight bit. Has expanded though. I've got options. I'm not worried about that. What I am worried about is getting this silly institution. Taking forever. There we go. That's got me closer. A handful more months and we should have this institution. I'm going to do trade efficiency though. Because trade efficiency on the Mamelukes is just Lovely. Yeah. We've got about an hour left of this session unless lots of people have to leave. Someone, Kyle is asking me. Ethiopia's next goal. I really want Cyprus gone. Got about 3 years on that. Institution spreads up. That's kind of nice. Part of the reason I'm hurting for income is the Timurids are no longer paying me to send them the Renaissance, which makes sense. So I don't care. It's 5 gold a month though, which was nice. I invested it quite wisely. Still only third, sixth, third, probably because I'm behind in tech now. There we go. Come on. So close to getting the institution. Yeah, you can have some weird games as England. If you keep your dynasty on the throne. You also get the wonderful event sometimes where you get to put, what is it, Eleanor of Aquitaine on the throne. That is always fun. I just gotta subdue a little bit more down here. You know what I could do, and I probably should, is I should start demanding land from Yemen and stuff again. I've got time and energy. Not worth fighting a war, but demanding land, I can do that. Well, yeah, I'm gonna put some effort into taking over this area. It's just gonna take a while to get there. Relative strength of alliances, yeah. No one's afraid of me, oddly enough, anymore. These guys are. Give me land. There we go. Let's get this institution going. There we go. Now embraced colonialism. Isn't it lovely? Oh, I was an idiot. I should have used power. That power is so rare. I always forget it even exists. Slow recovery on all fronts. I think it's time to shift, once I can, towards admin power. Gain control of all that. And obviously Yemen is going to be our next target. They are stupidly in alliance with the Ottomans, which is really dumb on their part. Hey, congratulations, Mughals. Oops. Hey, that's congratulations on the Mughal end. Well done. Now the Mughals will just dominate India. I might just try and not compete with the Mughals for India. I might just pick up some of this trading land to the south. We'll see. Don't want to offend my ally that much. Yeah, Mughals have emerged. They're 7th in the world in great power. Well done, well done. I suppose I could technically pick a fight with these guys, but then I'd have to fight the Ottomans. So not worth the effort. And I'm at peace with everyone else. So for now, I could attack Ethiopia. I'm going to attack Ethiopia. Actually, Ethiopia is not going to join, so it's not really attacking Ethiopia if they're not involved, but might as well pick up more of Yemen while I get the chance. The Mughals are really scary. It's not so much their the country and all the missions they get. I find it's their government reforms. They get free fire or free discipline. Don't know how they rank up compared to the to Brandenburg Prussia, but I gotta imagine they're right up there, if not the strongest in just pure military ideas. And they're an admin state too. I don't know where they rank up, but it's pretty high. Plus they get the bonus manpower, and obviously they get all the other bonuses. I'm going to have some rebels here, I think. No, I don't really think. I know I'm going to have some rebels soon. Got all this conversion to do. Yeah, the Mughals were really strong. I mean, obviously they were an offshoot of the Mongols, which kind of obvious given their name. Yeah, they were really good, but once they took over northern India, they kind of did what most Muslim empires and a lot of the Mongols did. They got decadent, which is I guess why that exists in Crusader Kings too. And they just kind of stagnated. They kind of fell into the same mistake the Chinese always seem to do, which is they get like this one emperor and then 10 generations go by and the emperor is so isolated from everyone else, he doesn't know how to run his government. Or else everything is based on the monarchs. There's a lot of mistakes that go on historically in Asia. In terms of ruling empires, which I guess make the Ottomans and the Mamelukes somewhat unique in their ability to rule for a long period of time. Oh, and obviously Japan, but Japan's a unique case in terms of rulers. You actually had a ruler and then you had the figurehead. Oh yeah, speed up. I can't. Kyle has lagged so far behind, I can't speed up the game. I think he might have DC'd. I can't do anything when the people are that far behind. Yeah. He's about a whole month behind. At some point he's going to be desynced automatically, which is going to be annoying. True, true. I'll give you that, Demox. There's a lot about that decadence. Yeah, the issue I think the Mughals might have run into is they never got the bureaucracy that China really had going. Yeah, we definitely lost Kyle here. He's not even involved. It's a whole month and a half behind. Yeah, I can't do anything. I think he's gonna get kicked soon. I don't think I can auto kick players, which is annoying. Oh, I can. Unless he gets back soon, I'm gonna have to kick him. He's just too far behind. Didn't know I can kick players. That is a good thing for me to have learned. Yeah, he's too far behind. Okay. Sorry, Kyle. If you're there, I'm gonna have to kick you. You'll have to rejoin later. Can't do anything. There we go. I'll do a save in case we have to come back to it later, but he formed the Mughals before he left, so that at least it'll continue. Okay. Hopefully he can come back once he gets his internet sorted out. Yeah, you're talking about when the government was highly decentralized. The problem with the Mughals ended up, actually, it's a problem for a lot of countries. If you look at history, a lot of countries have the issue of how do you ensure a dynasty continues? It's a real legitimate question. Transition of power, especially the equal governments displayed in Crusader Kings, where all the sons of the ruler all fight. It's a legitimate problem of how do you ensure your dynasty continues, yet how do you ensure that you have good rulers on the throne? It's a bit of a interesting conundrum. There is something to be said for power to the strongest. Oh, hey, there we go. Iberian Union. But at the same time, if you don't have a secure government, you can't really have good quality of life. The country declines. The problem is once you start into civil wars, the first thing that goes is your bureaucracy usually, so. Yeah, there's a lot of issues. Most empires eventually become decadent. If you look at it from a historical perspective, the US is unbelievably decadent in terms of countries. The fact that it does have a democracy ensures some turnover, but it's becoming a very decadent country over the years. Which is sad to say considering I live in the US, but actually I can't. I want to do this. Only traders have nothing to fear. There we go. Yeah, there's a lot of issues with running governments. The US has started to become a bit decadent. And overall, in the long run, if you look at it from a historical perspective, it's not going to do well in the next 100 years. But power of a democracy is you can reinvigorate your empire pretty easily. Yeah, there's a lot of issues with how governments are run and stuff. I mean, there is an advantage to be said for an autocracy because you can get things done quickly. But the problem with getting things done quickly is you have no way to pretty much like guarantee that what's getting done is done done fairly to people, which helps democracy. But democracy does in fact move slower. That's why the US gives so much emergency powers to the presidency and why the Romans even invented the idea of a dictator, because sometimes you need somebody who can get things done in times of emergency. The issue becomes when that time of emergency then lasts forever. Also, Great Britain apparently has appeared. Congratulations. And over the years, obviously, the US has become what's known as the imperial presidency, where our presidency is essentially a king now, which is a problem. Yeah, mob rule, king, aristocracy, democracy, mob rule. That tends to be the way. The US has definitely hit the form of an autocracy at this point. Oh, Kyle's back. We'll let him join. Anyway, we don't want to get too political, but a lot of countries rise and fall, and most of the time, the falling of a country is due to internal politics rather than external. At some point I read, what was it? They looked at countries and empires that fell historically. I think they analyzed like 60, 70 of them, and they found all but in 2 cases, the empire or kingdom that was strong fell to external factors. The rest fell internally. Hello, Alexander. Yeah, the reason the ships are in port is because I'm at war. So, hopefully Kyle here will be back soon. Unfortunately, I had to kick them, but they're back. The ghosts of the Holy Land are not pleased with them taking over Armenia. It can happen. Electing people based on family name is a problem. But hey, guess what? The Romans did that a lot too. But in some ways, the key tactic to survive the idea of electing based off family names and stuff is to reduce the power of the presidency except in cases of emergency and delegate more towards Congress. As ineffective as Congress is, the presidency has too much power. And it's had that power since, or really since Bush the second, George W. Bush, because of the 9/11 protocols. If you read Rise and Fall of the Roman Empire, or if you just look at it, the part of the reason the Roman Empire fell is because the prize of being emperor was so great you were willing to essentially burn down all relationships with everyone else just to get it, which is no way for a country to be run. It's too much concentrated power, no matter who holds it. That doesn't necessarily ensure it, because you do have to allow for ability. The issue is the names. And how do you rate? Should husbands and wives be able to run for office? How about cousins? What's an example from history? The Harrisons, right? William Henry Harrison and I think was Benjamin Harrison were related to some degree. There's a couple relatives in history that, you know, not allowing people to run for 20 years could be a problem. Considering we have a different idea of what a dynasty is back then. So, but we'll see. Really, the term length of the presidency should either be less or they have to have less power. It's one or the other these days. Rome becoming an empire foreshadowed it. Actually, if you look at the way Rome was going, becoming an empire saved it for about 100 years. The cracks were already there. The allowances of private armies was a big one. There's a lot of other stuff. There's a lot of issues with why Rome fell. Splitting the empire in half pretty well did it too. Because all of a sudden you had two empires running two bureaucracies on one budget, or what used to be one budget. Instead, you're now running a full bureaucracy on half a budget. What else happened? Hiring lots of foreign people to fight your wars rather than fighting it yourself. Not forcing all troops to serve in combat. They started allowing like elite regiments in Rome never to leave Rome, which meant those people in Rome really didn't know how to fight. There's lots of reasons Rome fell. Plague helped a lot. Yeah, there's a lot. There's nothing particularly wrong with the federal agencies making up some laws. The issue is when you start having the presidency appointing the head of those departments with absolute authority. We still, as a democracy, we still have yet to move away from the concept of absolute rule. To use current political events, you've got the president, Trump, is able to give an order to the heads of his departments, and if they don't follow him, he can just fire them. That is an absolute authority. You do what I want or I get rid of you. Until there's some protection against people just being dismissed because they defy their bosses. It happens in business too. You've got a fundamental flaw with democracy because at the heart of it, you still have an absolutism concept of I'm right, you're wrong, do things my way or I get rid of you. But yeah, term limits don't work. And yes, we are not technically a democracy, we are a republic. Yeah, and when you look at the 15th century, merc armies really changed the face of warfare. Those who were rich could win wars easily. You look up at the Austrians, they had the silver mines. So they had a lot of money, and Castile had a lot of money. It's why Castile was able to invade, well, as Spain, conquer a lot of Italy over the next 100 or 200 years after the 14th, 15th century, because they had the money. They could afford to lose whole armies without offending their people. But in the reality, empires follow the money. And as the US grows a trade deficit and an internal national debt, it's declining as a country. Period, end of sentence. You cannot have a country running a debt for ages without it falling. That's the sad fact of the matter. But at the same time, you've got to be careful what you cut. because you've got to ensure infrastructure in the U.S. is so horrible right now. Something like 90% of the U.S. bridges are out of date and need to be replaced, yet the Congress and states cannot seemingly decide that we have to spend 3 times more than we do on road construction and maintenance than we do. They're still relying on the wealth and prosperity that went back 40, 50 years when all the highways were built. It's a problem. We're not going to get into fighting corruption, like modern politics stuff, whether pro or against Trump. I just used Donald Trump as an example. You could have also used Obama. You could have used Bush. You could have used Clinton. You could pretty much use anybody. Ever since they got rid of the, there was a law back, I think it got rid of in the 20s or 30s, that prevented heads of agencies from being fired without the approval of Congress because it was ruled unconstitutional. But it makes a lot of sense. If you put someone in office, you shouldn't be able to get rid of them just because they did one thing you disagreed with. There should be an internal mechanism to get rid of them, but yeah. The problem with the democracy is when one person starts becoming irreplaceable, the democracy is doomed. You got to make it so that anyone can step up and take over an office and have it continue. Looks like Great Britain has gone Anglican. Interesting choice, since they were also the start of the Protestant stuff. Or no, they didn't. Okay, they stayed Protestant. Stayed Protestant. That's a smart move. Yeah. There's a lot of issues with how the US government's run. Pretty much if you go back to, I think, what is it, Citizens United, where they allow money into politics, you start running into issues with how once you start being able to spend money in elections, then spend mass unlimited amounts of money, then inevitably you get an oligarchy, and then that slowly becomes refined more until it's like I forget the name of it. It's like a corporatocracy where the corporations decide who runs governments. So it's a bit of an issue when unlimited money can be raised, because then you also have issues with foreign interference in elections. And the US has been dealing with that for several years now. Yeah, there's a lot of graft and there's a lot of corruption. And how do you solve it? I don't know. The problem is the US has had, over the last 2 decades or 3 decades, a mass shift of wealth to the extremes. The poor have gotten poorer, but there's more of them, so they have a lot of wealth. And the rich have gotten richer, but there's few of them. There was a study done that essentially said the US middle class is virtually a myth at this point. You're either rich or you're poor. And the last time it was this bad was under feudalism. There's a lot of problems with the US democracy these days, but because it's a democracy, you can have reform without revolution. You can have internal revolutions that count as reform rather than open war on the streets. And that, ideally, is why a democracy is the best. Of course, it doesn't help if the people in power don't give up power, but what can you do about that? Yeah, controlling communication's a problem. If you're a liberal, Fox News lies all the time, and if you're Fox News, everyone else lies all the time. It's a bit of a issue. Russia's been formed. Cool. But it's always been a problem. He who controls the communication to a large degree controls the government. It's been that way since the printing press, or even older. So there's lots of issues in all directions. And it's not as simple as fake news, because most news turns out to be true. It's just how you spin it. We'll see. I don't really. a lot of this stuff that says other people are lying is usually in fact the ones that are lying. So I'm always very wary of dismissing whole networks outright. The solution is just to look everywhere and find what really happened. But nowadays you can't even believe that, so it's a mess. And democracies only survive when you have fair communications on all fronts. We'll see. All about power. It's all about power. Really, both of them, a lot of them have been trouble on both sides. But everybody has an agenda these days because, as I said, the presidency in control of the government, because of the lax anti-corruption laws, being in control of the government is worth spending millions at lying and corrupting governments because you can get tens of billions, even more. But let's not get any more political than that because we've already gotten way more political than I like. But there are very few innocents in the world. Saying Donald Trump is innocent isn't true. Saying the Democrats are innocent isn't true. Saying the Republicans are innocent isn't true. Saying even independents are innocent isn't even true. Everybody is guilty of something. The issue is how guilty are they and does it damage the country? And you have to start thinking long term. You can't think 5 years. You have to think 50 years. Anyway, there's lots of stuff going on in the world. I guess we lost somebody. Probably Jacobus left because he wasn't getting Castilian Mexico. On the other hand, if you don't have a two-party system, there's a reason two-party systems evolve because eventually the one party covers half the issues, the other party covers the other half of the issues. It's kind of a catch-22, at least in the US. But yeah, there should be limits on how big a party can be. But how do you enforce that? I have no idea. But every single study done shows that if people of either political party get together and talk and actually care about running the government rather than winning control of the government, because it gets you more money and more political power for your backers, the government functions. Yeah, well, there's lots of problems in the world. Hopefully the US government will straighten itself out. By and large, the people are not happy with the current government, the Republican administration. And things will change eventually. Okay, people are going to have to leave. So I'm thinking because we've lost one of our players, we're lagging on another one. We're going to lose our Castile player. This would be a good stopping point. Yeah, my Austrian playthrough should still be largely valid. Yeah, corporations is a problem. Oh wait, Unipixel wants to end the war. Okay, Unpixel wants to end the war before he leaves, and I think that's fair. Hopefully it's... What war is this? What is the war over? Oh, it's a conquest of the tiny little islands. Yeah, I guess we can go for a little while longer and then we'll stop. I want lots of land. Sorry if you don't like me, Ardabel, but I am taking your land. There we go. That's about as far east as I'm ever going to go here. I guess we'll have to stop here because I messed up Castile right now. I guess we'll stop here then. And we'll have to continue next time. So that will be it. And we should have a save from last year. I'll liberate go back, so I remember to go back a year, and hopefully that'll work then. So anyway, that will be it for this stream. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. Hopefully we didn't massively offend everybody with political views. And I'll see you guys another time. Bye for now.